So there may or may not be timestamps. I almost said should, but as you all can also see, yes, we have a weak modifier, but it should be fine because we're just going to try to survive the waves. And I was going to do something, a different quest, but then I realized enemies are being reinforced every wave, so I couldn't do that. So here we are instead. I should only need like 1 or 2 of these, but for a wave quest, it's not like I need to worry about the inventory filling up. So I just need to make sure. Again, you'll note here that Misasa is level 6. I just got Misasa, but the point here is to bring Misasa along because she's going to be a part of my A team. And so she joins at level 6 and sad things happen. Otherwise, just going to lay out the basic foundations. Yes, so this is my new game +1 run, if that wasn't apparent already. I don't think I showed it, but it is. And I took both Death Resist down and to bring along 2 characters, one being the Silver Defender, I don't even remember the names yet, but the second one being the Reaper here, being Ruby. Well, I probably should have named them differently. I don't know if I'm just really quote-unquote question mark unlucky, end of question mark, but I have a lot of characters with the same name. But here, Tristan and Ruby are they are 2 master classes respectively, so I brought them along, and if I can show it still, or you probably saw, but I brought along the Cloak of Bravery, and then I brought along these Crimson Daggers, just so we can get some lifesteal on top. Now, I think, if I recall correctly, injuries are based on the your HP threshold when you're hit, but if I'm wrong, again, this is just me speculating, so at least, if nothing else, this video exists for myself, but really, it at the minimum that I want. Where am I going here? Probably down south, but what I'm expecting, oh my goodness, by the way, I think this is the first time I fought on this version for this map, but anywho, what was I saying? I'm going crazy. By the way, those who are new to the channel, I'm gonna often forget what I'm saying. That's just a part of me. Otherwise, here we are trying to do our best. Again, we're bringing Misasa along just for experience because I want her as part of the A team, and my primary objective for our venturing guild for the moment, if I'm not making videos, is to just go through New Game Plus runs. I can't reach anything. Can I not reach anything? I think I can throw a dagger at this zombie here, right? Well, let's find out. Do I one-shot it is the question. There's a chance I don't. But I was planning to just do a thing anyway, and it's not like, so what I was gonna try to do, all I had were wave surviving runs and defeat enemy runs, which is, if nothing else, a lot harder to do solo with a Reaper. And then I was going to bring Misasa along because she should have enough, if I didn't mention it already, Misasa should have enough HP to be hidden the entire run. Now, obviously, this works a lot less later on when enemies have True Sight. For those who don't know, True Sight allows you to target hidden enemies, but should be fine. I would like to not get injured here. Tristan is going to be the one mainly getting injured, but I guess we'll see. Now, that's going to result in Belle getting hit here, but I think that's fine for the moment. Now that we have people helping out, I think I'll just have Ruby take care of the north here, and then we focused on the rest. Again, it's not always the case, but in this case, I'm having basically the characters I'm transferring solo or take care of 2 to 3 enemies, while the rest take care of like 1 to 2. At this point, though, Jane and Elon here can take care of 2 enemies on their own, well, with bravery point usage, but you get the point. We're trying to be not really efficient, but just trying to speed things up. Again, trying to go through a run quickly so I can get more points. That's what I was trying to say. I think we just throw Misasa here and she shouldn't get hit by anything without needing to use SP. That being said, so I think we're just going to accept that Elon's going to get injured here. I can just do this, but I want to make sure I hit. At this point, because the 95% exists, or 15%, or in my case, well, it's not 50-50. I'm going to say 15% though. Yes, that makes no objective sense as we get our BP and accuracy reduced, but in this game, basically, and if you don't know my channel, I am normally really unlucky. And the other part of my RNG, so if 80% of the time I, on average, am unlucky, then the other 20% is a question of extremes. Well, we can go down here still. I guess we can have Belle along with Tristan here, because we can just do this. Yeah, do this to give everyone BP. And I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, New Game Plus. Obviously, a lot of people who've come across this video are likely, if I were to say, it's likely that a lot of people are going to come across this video. Let me just rephrase what I was going to say there. Are going to be people who've played at least a few New Game Plus, few runs of our Adventuring Guild. For those who don't know, without spoiling, so I should probably. Well, no, I'm not. Yeah, actually, this is a spoiler, so I should have said that before. I'll remember that next time. But yeah, oh yeah, we can do this. So we take this, so we can double scythe. Yeah. Oh, a little bit of forgetting the name. Shadow Scythe here is really great for giving me repeats, but at the same time, it's not like I should. Well, actually, in a wave map, I guess I do need to worry. But I think we don't need to worry about hidden there. So Grave's gonna appear. Shadow Scythe it again. Reaper Scythe. Shadow Scythe. Shadow Scythe. I'm going crazy. Haven't remembered everything yet. Basically, I am by no means a veteran of our Adventuring Guild, especially since I've only done 1.5 runs, and I'm not including this run as a half. I mean that I went halfway through a run and then I stopped. I think I could just Infernal this instead. But just trying to get points, and at this point you might say, well, Jordan, shouldn't you just do unlimited points then? I think most people playing our Adventuring Guild play it for some kind of, use their own limitations or what they feel. Again, if you want to play on story difficulty or easy, normal, over and over again, that's your prerogative. I think that is your prerogative. There's not really a way, unless you're going for obviously Steam achievements or something. Again, this copy of the game is through Steam. I'm also trying to figure. I'm gonna move towards the middle so we can kind of fan out better. But I was gonna say something else, going crazy. But yeah, for the most part, you can tailor your own experience, and for a lot of people, the Nightmare mode, as we'll dub it, involves you basically making settings even harder than very hard. I'm sure there's a set. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a set rule for setting things and calling it Nightmare mode. But essentially, making the run harder is to your own prerogative. By extension, any strategies I use here may be a lot less efficient. Yeah, a lot less efficient. That's all I will need to say. But again, I'm here learning as well. So if you want to pop in with any advice, feel free to play along. Also, I think here. So these are not ghouls are not going to be affected by the heals, but I can throw Bell up here. By extension, also throw Jane up here, or to add on to that, throw Jane up here. Get back some SP, moving on. Basically, you can use a lot of strategies in this game, and I think that's a very important part. So we're gonna have Tristan try and solo that. I think no, you can't reach this zombie down here. We'll have you go up here as well. Take out the ones lowering BP, and Misasa can just stand here. But yeah, it's your own prerogative or your own. I'm trying to say what I want to say while also focusing on the game. You make the goals and what you want to play, and I think that's a good thing for video games to do in general. For those who don't know, I'm trying to develop my own video games. Well, I have developed my own video games, but they're not really commercial projects, so I wouldn't call myself a game developer. Using my own standard. By the way, can I reach here? I think I can reach here. The unfortunate part is that if I do that, this will scream at me, and there's the 95%. So, actually, that's a good thing for me for this. Oh, I accidentally charged the wrong thing. And, yeah, we might as well use this. This is a one battle quest, so we might as well. But I won't make the same mistake. I think I get reflection stacks off of these, don't I? I do, but the zombie can't, unfortunately, crowd around me, so that's the sad part. No, we have one wave remaining, so I do need to take out these graves. Moving on. So we should be able to just one-shot these as well. So we'll have Ruby here do the cleanup for the graves, because Shadow Scythe is just so great for cleaning these out. I'm sure a lot of AoE like mages are good for it as well, but yeah, here I am doing the best I can. That being said, I think I probably just want to throwing knife one of these. But Ruby will stay down here. Well, actually, will she stay down here? We'll move her along the bottom of this map just to see what happens. But otherwise, I think these should one-shot these zombies again. I don't have enough skill points for everything I want to take. That would probably be great, but otherwise, we're sitting here doing our best. So we're going to double heal here. We have the bravery for it. BP, sorry, because the reason is, I think this was not caught on this video yet. When I say caught, I mean I tried a recording and it didn't go well because I was doing a recording with Ruby and Misasa duo and really solo because Ruby's the only one who can really defeat any enemies that are at this level. But I did a recording. It did not work out. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, so we'll have you guys clean up here. Misasa just stands there. And off we go. And yeah, we get the attack of opportunity. So one thing I didn't note when I was looking at the thing, also that's right, that's why I don't want these graves to exist as well, but is that enemies that walk toward anyone with the addition to attack of opportunity passive will just get hit as well. So not only will enemies passing by, quote unquote, get hit, that will include, we might as well taunt here, that will include enemies that run into the character, which is kind of nice. Kind of gives you a counter without being a counter. Also, again, acts as protection, so if you want to stand in a narrow hallway, you can. And you're going to do this. Increase accuracy. Now, there is a setting, if I didn't already mention, there is a setting to remove the 95% max accuracy for most skills and attacks, but I figure here... I want to stay closer to the vanilla, even though I also enabled scouting. I have not scouted a single character yet, by the way, although you just have to take me at my word when I say that. But yeah, we're also just going to shadow step here, just so we can get closer to helping Tristan out. Not that I need to, actually, if I have Jane here just doing a thing. That is how you pronounce that name, right? Anywho. But yeah. Yeah, we should be able to just one-shot this. Everyone was taunted anyway, but it doesn't matter. So let's do a thing. There is a zombie here, I think. Yeah, there is. We can actually do a thing if I use my keys. Let's believe. So I'm already taking a risk here. I might as well not take the risk with the hit chance, and it did not work out. So we're just going to stand here and let this zombie hit us in the face. That's going to result in an injury, but that's fine. Again, I really only care about Ruby staying perfectly clean, healthy, and clean. Period. That's the end of the sentence. Could also send Misasa to go hit the grave, but at this point we're already kind of committed. So one wave remaining. And I think, well, unless you do obviously an exploration / item collecting quest where you're not trying to fight any enemies, enemy waves here are, it seems to be better for experience. Again, I could be wrong. Straight up. So these spikes are not active, so I can have Tristan walk over these. But since Tristan cannot hit the rest of these with a taunt, we're going to have Ruby do cleanup here. And off we go. I shouldn't need to use any potions, even though I really should just be using potions when needed. Period. That's the end of the sentence. Yeah, we can have Tristan just tank those. Can you reach this enemy? No. So, yeah. But we're going to have Jane stay here so we can try and clean up the graves and also help out with these ghouls that are about to slap us in the face. In fact, yeah, we can have Belle help out as well. So, 95%. Okay, good. Goodness. But then we're also going to have... Oh, yeah, you can't... Never mind. Never mind. I guess James can just walk this way and take care of the ghoul in the northwest. But Misasa can... Oh... Do I believe these ghouls don't... Or these zombies don't hit me, right? So I should be able to just have Misasa here take care of this one-on-one. And if she can't, well, we'll do our best. But yeah, we're mainly here again to level up Misasa. That way I have my A-team set up, and then we can just... Yeah, I probably should just pop this. We just use all of our BP. It's not gonna... I don't think there's any negative effect coming out of a quest for having low BP, and if there is, let me know, because, boy, I didn't really do a lot of homework. I just want to get through one clean run, but now I'm kind of looking things up here and there, and yeah, that's all I need to say at the moment. We're going to take true damage, but it doesn't really matter, so I'm still going to block here for the purposes... Actually, no, we just use both BP to use the armor up and the block. Oops, I accidentally went to the items. Can I one-shot you guys? I can. So that. Shadow Sight 2 more times, and then we Shadow Step over towards the ghoul, because if the ghouls take a turn, they're definitely going to come for Ruby, so we do not want that. And if there's anything to take away, it's that... Well, hold on, let me make sure I do this right. Bell does one-shot these ghosts. I was gonna say banshees for some whatever reason, but anywho. Yeah, anywho. I think we're just gonna, yeah, we're gonna rush here so that Jane can get closer to make sure that we can hit both of these with a Fire Blast. And I think that spawned a grave, right? No, I'm going crazy? I'm going crazy. Oh, no, we did a thing. We're good. That's what I'm trying to say. We're good. And off we go. But yeah, this is essentially what I'm doing. I'm sure there are more efficient things you can do at this point of where I'm at. Not talking about, you know, whether it's a new run or whether it is a new game plus 5+ run. But I'm doing my best. Also, pain. Wow, we really can't. Well, hey. We can get rid of this. Never mind, we crit. Gotta get rid of the grave, but that's no problem with the BP that Misasa has. But the thing I often still make mistakes on, as I accidentally give myself another action point, is that I often try to rush things, and by that I mean I run at a boss and try to burst it down, or I run into a pack of enemies and I overestimate what Tristan can block or what Ruby can take care of, which in the former case results in Tristan just in 2 cases dying. There is permanent death, but there's no way I'm doing an Iron Man run anytime soon. At least in the next month or so. But hold on, let me just make sure. I think we're gonna be okay here. Yeah, we should be okay. But at the same time, yeah, in the former case, Tristan usually he ends up taking more damage, and so he's injured for longer. Which, I mean, I shouldn't really say is to be expected, but also that's right, with Graves the map just ends. But the most of the time, yeah, that results in longer injuries, but then that allows Ruby to go in solo quests for, if nothing else, experience for herself, but in this case, experience for Misasa as well. So also, I had the question answered, hey, can I stack those books? No, because you can only have 1 copy of an accessory on a character, so... Still, though, it helps out immensely, even though she didn't get to level up. In fact, I probably should have just left her to train, but if nothing else, this helps with relationships stuff. But yeah, there's a lot I could say. I'm definitely going to be playing Our Adventuring Guild for a while, whether I record and make videos or not. Yeah, it's just kind of my cooldown game while I'm working or something. So, without further ado, not really much else to say here, as you'll see here in a moment. I just make a lot of autosaves, and yeah, off we go. But yeah, if you have anything to say, any advice to give, any questions, in case, again, keep in mind I'm not a veteran, you know what to do. The comment section is always open. I usually at least try to look at comments. If not in a timely manner, look at them. But if I respond or not, that depends. Usually if a comment's just good enough and passes, I'm like, eh. Also, last thing to note, yeah, again, I don't really have a B team. I'm just trying to get through the one with the A team. Now that I know what I know, and I have not touched really the DLC aside from, you know, maybe trying to, at least in this run, trying to... no, I'm not, because I'm trying to do this. Basically, my A team has no... what's the thing? But yeah, without further ado, nothing else to say. Don't have an end screen yet, so yeah, I guess I'll see you later. Bye!